Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazeenydriver show. Today is Wednesday, December 30th, with just a quick Uline clip. I was so busy this month of December on eBay that for the first time ever I had an order in the month of December from Uline. I just got 3 skids delivered by the very friendly driver named Carlos, who is also my cameraman for the day. And I'd like to show you right now a quick little snapshot of the delivery, and then we will segue into Friday's video. I thank you. Okay guys, this was just a quickie look at my most recent Uline order. In a moment we will segue to the regular Friday video, but I just wanted you to get a quick look at the 3 skids I ordered. I ordered large boxes, I ordered poly bags, I ordered some bubble wrap, all kinds of cool stuff. Shipping is free, and that's always a good thing. Okay, great. Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazeenydriver show. January 1st, 2016, first video of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys all had a good New Year's Day, and of course New Year's Eve. And let's hope that 2016 brings us a lot of eBay sales, and I strongly suspect that it will. Let's talk about today's topics, if I may. We're going to talk more about item not received cases. Yes, guys, it seems like I have a bullseye painted on my back. We'll talk about that shortly. We're going to talk about the contest winner. We're going to talk also about my Uline delivery, which you saw the other day. We're going to talk about sales and markdown manager, my little interview on So You Want to Sell on eBay.com, a big sports card scandal that just broke on eBay this week, and a few other eBay tidbits that I think you guys will be interested in. So let's get started. First of all, in the little clip earlier in the video, you saw me getting my Uline delivery. I was unbelievably busy this December. My busiest December in my 16 years on eBay. So I had to stock up on more stuff, and my packing materials, my boxes, my bubble mailers for the cards, and these bubble wrap is always nice to have. Nice big wheels of bubble wrap. I like Uline. I've always been a big Uline fan because, number one, I get free shipping. Some of you guys have complained that you called Uline and were rebuffed with free shipping. Now I do know you have to spend at least $300 to get free shipping. I always spend way more than that, so it's never an issue with me. However, once again, they clocked me a $30 fee for a truck with the liftgate. Now, a truck with a liftgate is a necessity unless you're in a huge warehouse with a loading dock and they can back the trailer right up to your loading dock and you know they meet. But most of you guys will need a truck with a liftgate. Uline's prices per box are not the cheapest. You will find other places that are cheaper. I talked to Mark from Bubble Fast when I was in Vegas. I met him and we were going over prices, and he could actually save me money on the materials on the boxes. However, the shipping would cost way more because he doesn't have an outlet here on the East Coast. So actually for me, Uline works out to be cheaper. But it really depends on where you live. So I invite you to explore all your options. I've had several people write in and say they go right to the Uline depot and pick the items up themselves. So that's something you may want to explore. But again, with me, I order on a Monday, I can get it on a Tuesday. I get next day Uline delivery. It's very easy. It's very quick. You saw how quick it was. Truck pulls up, unload 3 or 4 pallets, Bang, goodbye, done. Okay? Next item. As I said, I've been very busy and I attribute it to Markdown Manager. I've been using Markdown Manager now for a month and it's really working out good. It's funny, I've been selling on eBay for 16 years and for the first 15 and a half I never used it. Now I'm using it and it really entices the people to buy, because when they click on your item, they'll see the price, let's say $100 with a strike through, and then if you're running a 10% off, it'll say sale $90, you save $10, and the people will buy. Trust me guys, it's working out great for me. While we're talking about the subject of people buying or maybe not buying, I want to talk a little bit about lowball offers. I forgot to mention that in my list of topics for the day, but this is something I've been talking to a few of you guys about, and I can't stress this enough. I know some of you guys get pissed as all hell with your lowball offers. Lowball offers don't bother me, but there's something that does, and I'll get to that in a second. If I'm selling an item for $100 in a fixed price listing, and a guy offers me a ridiculous amount, $20, $30, that's absolutely out of the question, but I don't get pissed off, not at all. I say to the guy, I'm sorry, I cannot sell it that cheap because I have to pay my eBay fees, my PayPal fees, and my priority shipping to your state. Try and get it locally, maybe you can save on the shipping. I act like I don't care, and I do it respectfully. And I would say 70% of the time, the guy will write back to me with his offer raised. It may not be as high as I want, but at least he's going close to what I want, and maybe we'll work a deal. As I said, 30% of the people will just disappear. And that's fine. No harm, no foul. Then you get the guys that will offer you a reasonable price. Like, I see you're selling the item for $100. Would you take 85? And I'll say to them, I have no problem working with you on the price, provided you'll buy the item today. Will you buy it today? And if they write back yes, I'll lower the price for them. I have no problem with that, as long as they buy it today. Now, there is one type buyer that I find you can never satisfy, and this is my opinion. I've talked to a bunch of you and you guys seem to concur, but I want your opinion on this. When a person writes to you and says, and I quote, what is your best price for this item? Or, how low are you willing to go on this item? In my opinion, guys, there is no price you can say that will clinch that sale. I bet most of you guys agree with me. I had 3 of them this week. I don't know if it's the end of the year or something, but they're coming out of the woodwork. I don't mind lowball offers a bit. At least they're putting their foot on soil and they're telling you what they're prepared to spend, even if it's ridiculously low. But when they ask you, what's your lowest price? Or how low are you willing to go? Step away. That's just my opinion. And it's been borne out to be true. I had a guy the other day, and I'm not kidding. I could not make this up. I had an item listed for $59.95, and he says in one single email through eBay, 1, how low are you willing to go? 2, what is your best price? And 3, I have found it from another seller for $19.99 with shipping. So he is looking at my item at $60 and he's telling me he found it for $19.99 with free shipping. You know what I wrote back to him? I said to him, if you found it for $19.99 from another seller, I would just buy it from him because I cannot possibly go that low. What possible price could I have said to make that buyer happy? He claims he found it for 1/3 of what I'm asking, yet he didn't buy it from that seller. He's asking me for a price. You know, I don't mind dickering on prices at all, but I mean seriously. All right, now let's move on to some new topics. A couple of weeks ago, I told you guys that I was on a podcast with Ron and Allie called So You Want to Sell on eBay.com. The podcast was posted earlier in the week, and I will put the link in the description box below. The podcast runs a half an hour if you guys want to listen to it. And if you check on some of their older podcasts, you will see a lot of eBay sellers you probably know. It's a very good show and it's highly informative. And they told me to put out a question to you guys. If any of you guys are eBay sellers, you don't have to be a top-rated seller. You know, you can be a new seller, an old seller, but they're really looking for experienced sellers, people who know the business. And you want to be on their podcast, send me an email, crazeenydriver@aol.com, and I will communicate with them. Please, you would have to tell me your eBay store as well, because they want to know who they're dealing with. Next item. One of my subscribers sent me a link to a news article about a big sports card scandal. And I love when you guys send me links to things you find out like that, because a lot of times I don't even know about these things, like in this case. So I'm going to be posting that link below, but what happened is, I believe it was 3 men in, I believe it was Ohio. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ohio. Have been indicted by the federal authorities on a sports card scam ring. What they were doing is they were getting these named sports cards and they were forging the autos. They were also creating false COAs, Certificate of Authenticities, forging them, and they were selling them all on eBay. And a lot of money changed hands. A lot of people got hurt on this, and a lot of people got hurt and don't even know they got hurt. So this is serious, and it's going to have far-reaching consequences. Now I know some of you guys are into sports cards, as I am. Gators Rock, Tim T. I know you're a sports card fan. I want to hear from you on this issue. Take a look, click the link, read the story, and tell me if you have heard anything about this, and the rest of you guys too. I know there's a few more sports card fans on this channel. Let me know if you've heard about this or experienced anything like this. I haven't been a victim of a scam like that, but one of the problems, I haven't run into it myself, but a lot of you guys who are in the sports card field have told me this has happened to you. You'll find a legit card for sale at a reasonable price in an auction. Let's say the guy starts the bidding at $3, and let's say the bidding only goes up to $6. All right, you win the item, and then the seller refuses to sell you the card because he really wanted more money for it, and he's disappointed he only got the $6. That's wrong. That is dead wrong. It's against eBay rules, and I really frown upon that. So if any of you guys have had that happen, even in a different line, it doesn't have to be sports cards. Let's talk about that too, because that's just playing dirty pool if you ask me. As you can see on the board behind me, I had yet another item not received case this week. I told you I had one last week. I got that rectified. Bang! I had one this week from the great state of Louisiana. Guy didn't even contact me. He opened the case with eBay, item not received. The tracking clearly shows it was delivered to his house. What did I do? Within 5 minutes of getting the case, I called eBay. I got a Philippines worker, explained what was going on to her. She saw that I was telling the truth and the guy did receive the item. She closed the case in my favor that quick. I say it every week and I'm going to keep saying it. Please upload tracking numbers. I don't care if you sell 2 items a week. No matter what you sell on eBay, please always upload tracking numbers. You will be the winner in the long run. I want to talk a little bit about selling on eBay in 2016, then we'll talk about the contest. I have been on eBay, as you know, since 1999, which is 16 years. And in my opinion, eBay has gone through what I call 3 different and distinct generations. The first generation was from the beginning of eBay till around approximately 2007 or so. So I started in 99. You guys, some started after me, some started before. So let's say from 99 to 2007 is what I would call the Wild West eBay, where basically anything went on, all kinds of crazy stuff. Some examples would be deadbeat bidders were allowed to leave negative feedback for sellers. That used to piss me off unbelievably, and there was nothing I could do about it. I would sell items on eBay in auctions back then, because back then I was doing auctions, and people would win them and they wouldn't pay. You know, sometimes they would say right through eBay contact, I'm not paying you, I found it cheaper elsewhere. All right? So what I would do, you know, I'd send them the unpaid notice, get my unpaid item fees back, do everything the right way, and then I would neg them, because that's what they deserved. And some of them would neg me back, even though I did nothing wrong. So being the stubborn Italian that I am, that really didn't bother me too much. I mean, it bothered me, but not enough to stop negging them, because I was in a position where I could absorb the neg, even back then. All right? They couldn't absorb a neg. All right? So that's the way I looked at it. I said, yeah, it's hurting me, but it's hurting them more. But after a few months went by, I realized, I said, I'm not going to neg these people too early. I will wait to the very last day that you can neg somebody. So I would work it out on the calendar. I would have everything planned, and on the very last day, bang, I would neg them. Because an unpaid bidder or a non-paying bidder, in my opinion, deserves a neg till this day. All right? That's one thing I've always come out here and said. Commerce is commerce, okay? Another example of things that went on that was crazy was retaliatory negative feedback by sellers. For instance, a seller would list an item as a name brand, sell China crap to the buyer would get mad, neg the seller, then the seller would turn around and neg the buyer. Retaliatory feedback, and that was not right. No way should that ever occur. So I mean, that's why eBay basically stopped letting us sellers leave negative feedback for deadbeat bidders, because there were people abusing it, and I don't dispute that for a fact. Not for a fact. But there was all kinds of crazy things. There was this one seller back in the early days. I'm not going to name the person. They've been kicked off eBay long ago. But the feedback that they left for their buyers was literally criminal. I had a friend of mine, and he's still a friend of mine to this day. We talk about eBay once a week. There's a lot of you guys who I actually talk to on the phone once a week. I mean, you guys don't know who you are, but there's a lot of you. So there's one particular guy I still talk to once a week, and we would actually make a game out of checking this one particular seller's feedback that he left for people each week. The vulgarity was off the wall. He would use the F word. He would accuse people of being things that I won't even say here on camera. I don't know why that guy wasn't arrested. I really don't, for saying things like that. And those feedbacks were public. And they were public for years. Somehow they sanitized his feedback. They cleaned off all those atrocious things he said about people. But anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent about him. My point is, during the early days of eBay was eBay Wild West. And around 2007, eBay decided to change tactics, and what many people claim they did was declare war on sellers. They really came out with policies that were not seller friendly. And look who's saying it on camera, Crazy New York Driver. They came out with that nasty defect system, all right? They stopped letting sellers leave negative feedback, but again, I don't have a big beef with that. All right, now some of you are probably getting mad, oh, Crazy New York Driver, you sell out. No, I still say that non-paying bidders should receive some kind of negative feedback that's public. Maybe not from us, the seller, but from eBay. They should get a red dot next to their name or something. I'm still very, very vocal about non-paying bidders being held accountable. That has not changed, okay? But to continue, from 2007 till around, for about 2014 or so, they were what I call the tough days of eBay. I could probably say something a little bit worse, but I'm not going to. It was tough to be a seller, all right? Not impossible. I'm still here. You're still here. We made it, all right? We persevered. It wasn't cake. It wasn't always all that pleasant, but we all made do, and we did it. We became vocal. We spoke out. Some of us made videos. Some of us posted in Facebook groups. Some of us went to the local eBay meetups in each different state where we live. Other of us went to eBay meetups in Philly or wherever. And the people at eBay slowly started to listen. But I'll be honest with you, what really helped out was when John died. All right? I was out west earlier this year for eBay Radio and for the eBay 20 We Are celebration in San Jose. And let me tell you, the new eBay staff is totally different. They are great, they are listening, and they are seller friendly. And just like always, I'm saying it on camera, what I believe. I believe 2016 is going to be a great year to sell on eBay. I encourage every one of you to stick with eBay. I think you'll be very happy you did. All right? I'm happy, and I hope you guys are doing great. Let us now talk about the contest. Several weeks ago, I started a contest to guess my feedback, what would be the end of 2015. In other words, December 31st at midnight, blah, blah, blah. And I said that the winner would be getting this very roll of eBay tape. Now let's talk about that. I said there would be only one winner. The closest two, I said you didn't have to guess exactly, or the closest two would win without going over. You can't go over, I said. Quite a few people did go over, unfortunately. And I also said, guys, before guessing, look at everyone else's guesses and don't double up. Because if you double up, only the first person who guessed that number will win. I was not surprised to see two people guessing the number 9930. That was Carmi 2005 and Donna Steven. Both guessed number 9930. And that was a very good guess. Not a winning guess, but one of the better guesses. But what surprised me was 3 different people guessed number 9999. And those people were Dare 2 Cards, Bartender 25, and Travis Roberts. Now, had that number come in, only the first guesser would have won, and that first guesser was Dare 2 Cards. Okay? But that number didn't come in. I didn't really start watching my feedback closely until earlier this week. Earlier this week it was at 9929, okay? So again, we had Carmi 2005 and Donna Steven with 9930. We blew by that and we went to 9931. 9931 was the choice picked by Gators Rock Tim T. And for the longest time this week, he was going to win the contest. I really thought he was going to win because from 9931 it went up to 9932, then to 9933 where it sat for days. Now the next guess after 9933 was 9934, but until it clicked over, Gators was still top man. All the changes happened yesterday on Thursday. Yesterday, Gators was finally unseated, and Rocky Bower, 345, who had number 9934, became top man. He only lasted a couple of hours, and he was unseated when feedback 9935 came in, and that was left by Fuzzy Freddy Fazbear R with 9935. That being said, the winner of the contest and the winner of the tape with the feedback guess of 9935 is Fuzzy Freddy Fazbear R. Congratulations to you. You can PM me through YouTube, send me a private message, or you can email me at crazeenydriver@aol.com with your information. Do not post it here. Either email me or send me a private message through YouTube. And I would like to thank all you guys who played in the contest and who were a good sport. And give me your opinion. Do you think I should do these contests regularly? I don't mean every week, but maybe every 1 or 2 months. You know, I kind of think you guys enjoyed it, but I want to get your opinion on that. So you could also put that in the comment section below. And basically, guys, that's all I'm going to talk about tonight. So let's do a quick rehash, and I will let you go. I talked about item not received cases. If any of you guys have them, if they crop up, just call eBay. As long as you have your tracking number posted, uploaded, and it shows it was delivered to the person's house, you're safe. I talked about the 3 generations of eBay. All right? If you guys would like to expound on any of those generations, or you feel I'm wrong, or you feel I'm right, comment below. If you have any questions about deliveries from Uline, if you're thinking about ordering there, or if you think you know of a better source, comments. If you have any idea about the sports card scam I told you about, I'd like to hear about that too. That was crazy, man. They should really make an example of these guys. And this was millions of dollars, man. I'm not kidding you. I'm putting a link to that underneath my little interview so you can check that out. And thanks to all of you guys who were in the contest. I didn't expect so many people to be so close to the winning number. You know, anyone that guessed between 99.30 and let's say 99.36, which includes Carney 2005, Donna Steven, Gators Rock Tim T, Rocky Boa 345, Fuzzy Freddy Fazbear R, the winner, and Andrew Scad, who bid 99.36. He went over by 1. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. Let's make 2016 a kick-ass year for selling on eBay. Every one of you guys can do it, okay? Trust me. And until next week, rock on.